Hey everyone, I'm Kristen the Cross Stitching Runner and welcome back to my channel. It is episode 20 and I'm filming this on Saturday the 5th of February, and my apologies if you hear traffic noise and all the rest. I'm hoping that I've picked a reasonably quietish time of the day. We do have moments of it being a bit noisy and a bit busy, so my apologies if the microphone picks up on any street noise. So I've got a lot to cover this episode, so it'll probably be another long one. So I definitely recommend that you, if you can, pause the video, get yourself one of your favourite drinks, get some stitching stuff ready, and kick back and relax. So I also want to say just a really big hello and welcome to all new subscribers and any new people who have stumbled across this particular channel. And this particular channel is all about cross stitch, and I call myself the Cross Stitching Runner because I try to stitch every day and run when I can. The running side of things has taken a pause for a while, so at the moment it is just a matter of stitching every day. I also want to say a big hello and welcome to all of my returning viewers and all of my returning subscribers and such. Thank you so much for sticking with me and coming to watch again and again. So thank you so much. And if you've stumbled across this particular channel and you want to see more episodes and you want to get notified when more of the episodes I create and release come out, definitely subscribe and click on that bell button icon, whatever you want to call it, so that way you definitely get the notifications that you want. So thank you, welcome. And with this episode, we've got a fair bit to cover. So I've got a little bit of cross-stitch stuff to share with you. I have been busy being creative and doing a bit of sewing as well. And I also have, a little bit of haul to share with you. And we also have a bit of a giveaway to take care of. So also, just before I really jump into this episode and share with you what I've been working on and all of that fun stuff, one of the things that I just really want to let you all know about is a sale that is happening on the Hot Cross Stitching website. So it's got 25% off all of the patterns that are available on that site. So you just need to use the coupon code of FEB22. So that's FEB, F for Fred, E for elephant, B for ball, and the numbers 22. So it's all one word. I'll have it up on the screen as well. And what you'll need to do is use that coupon code when you go to checkout, because when you're at that special checkout basket spot, and that's when you enter the code, and that's when you'll see the 25% off for any of the patterns that you've chosen to stitch. So I just wanted to share that with you, because if this happens to be a long episode and you don't want to stick around for everything, I at least want to let you know about the sale that Hot Cross Stitching has. It will go for all of February and a little bit into March as well. So I just wanted to let you know about that. If my lighting does look a little bit funky, I do have a window in front of me. It's partly cloudy day, so the lighting will change a little bit. Hopefully it won't be too much of a play around for your eyes. So let's get into the stitching and sharing with you what's been going on. So the first thing that I've been working on a little bit is Dewdrop Daisy. Yes, it's made a return. So with Dewdrop Daisy, It's I guess a project that I've been working on for a while now, and it's actually one of my focus pieces for this year. So I'm part of the Facebook group called Full Coverage Fanatics. I'm probably more of a lurker for that site compared with, say, being an active poster and sharing comments and all the business. So I have focused primarily on, I guess, the centre of the flower, but I've also started, and I'm just slowly folding this up a bit as well so you can see. So I've also started focusing on near where you can see my finger switching near the top of the flower there. So I'm starting to work on the top of the petals for that section there, and eventually stitch more of that petal down towards the centre of the flower. So that's what I've started working on a bit, I guess, over the last few weeks. I have been a little bit hit and miss with this project since the start of this year, where my aim is to stitch a minimum of 64 stitches per day, and it will vary a little bit as to how long that takes me, but I've calculated that if I want to get 22,000 stitches in for this calendar year, then I need to do a minimum of the 64 per day. So there are some days where I've barely gotten 10 stitches in. Other days I'll get a few hundred in. So it'll depend on what's been going on and all the rest. So over this weekend I do aim to try and get a bit more done in, just to give myself a bit more of a reprieve. Should something happen during my time in February, because February is a nutty month for my family. So with February, we have at least 4 birthdays. So we're celebrating within my family. We're celebrating a birthday nearly every weekend. So tomorrow I'm catching up with my dad. Then next weekend it'll be my sister. Then we might have a week break, and then it will be my boyfriend's mum, and then the following week will be my birthday. So that's part of why Hot Cross Stitching has 25% off all of its charts on the website. So yeah, just a bit of a hint there for what's going on. So the other project that I've been working on is the Black Needle Society's Autumn in Stars Hollow. So the last time I shared this project, just move this over so I can put in a picture of what I last did. So I filled in the background a little bit for the Yale and Harvard flags, and I've also started stitching the football that was connected to the Yale football game. So that's that progress there. I probably really need to get a bit more of a wiggle on for this pattern, so I'll just see if I can find where I put the chart. It's floating around somewhere. It is around here. It's potentially in the pile in front of me. Oh, here we are. I should be more organised. Sorry. So this is the pattern. So I've done a bit, but I've still got a fair bit to go. So my aim is to try and get that pattern done by mid to late June, because that's when Summer in Stars Hollow is going to be released, and the Black Needle Society will have a weekend of doing stitching and Gilmore Girls and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I'm very much a fan of Gilmore Girls. So that's pretty much it for the cross stitching that I've been able to do over the last fortnight, because I have had the creative bug bite me really hard when it comes to sewing. And it's I've also had a bit of inspiration for creating a couple of new patterns as well that I'm stitching on the model for it at the moment. So hopefully in a few more weeks' time I'll be able to share all of that with you. So what I have done sewing wise though, and if you're not into sewing or anything like that, thank you for watching. If you want to say goodbye now, that's totally okay too. But if you do want to stick around, we're just going to get through a little bit of sewing stuff, and we'll then have a giveaway. So with that in mind, in my last episode, I was talking about this project bag, and I finished it. So I've completed most of the this, I keep calling it a project bag. I've got project bag on the brain. This is a tablet cover that I made. So it's far from perfect. It's got a lot of imperfections, and to me that's what makes it unique and special. So I finished it off with this light blue trim just to neaten it up. I've attached this, I guess, frilly, let's bring this in a little bit. So it's a frilly purple elastic lace kind of stuff. Then on the vertical side here, it's got just some very thin satin style lilac light purple. And I've also attached just this little cat charm, as well as a bit of the, I guess something to secure the elastic to hold the lid down. So I'll just unhook it. So that's that. And so we've also just got a couple of pockets at the front where I can put like some scissors or some accessories, maybe like the charging cord or something like that for the tablet. And then I attached a bit of the some elastic just to the edge there. And as imperfect as it is, I like it. It does have a bit of, I guess, wadding or whatever it is, just to try and soften and protect the tablet a bit. And I guess I was trying to use up a bit of the wadding from the quilt that I made a few years ago. So yeah, it's turned out pretty well. So because of this sewing bag that I got, I started making a couple of project bags to use up the quilting fabric that you guys might have seen in Flosstube episode 19. Just as a side note, Flosstube 19, it had for nearly 2 weeks been called Flosstube 20. That was me not being able to count properly. I really thought that I had already filmed Flosstube 20, but this is Flosstube 20. Anyway, so the first project bag I made, it was a challenge. And I've decided that if I am going to use any kind of wadding, batting, or anything in between, especially on a larger scale, I'm not going to use the type of wadding that I did for this next project bag. So this is what I made. So it's using some of the horse panels, and this is lined as well, it's double-sided, and it's got a whole heap of horsey themed kits and physical patterns. It's also got a semi-active project in it as well. So this is how I'm going to try and store many of my patterns and kits and such that have been living in a filing cabinet for several years. So what made this so challenging was actually piecing it all together, especially with the wadding and trying to figure out how I want it to work. And it had been the first time I've ever sewn in terms of attaching a zipper to a project bag or sewing a zipper. So yeah, I learned a lot from this project, and I'm just going to do the zip. Hang on. Okay, I really hope I've been recording this whole time with the sound. I'll find out soon enough. So this is the inside of the bag. It's lined as well, and yeah, it is what it is. It's a learning curve. I've learnt from it, and what I have learned, I've already mentioned about so I've already learnt about an improved way to attach a zipper to a bag and how I may want to line it and that kind of thing into the future, and how I also want to piece it all together. So I've very much learnt the importance of measuring, and it is probably one of the biggest reasons why I am not a builder, why I don't work with maths where I can avoid it, why I'm not a financial person or anything in between, because I very much acknowledge the saying of measure twice, cut once. I could probably measure 50 times, cut once and still get it wrong because something will have gone wrong in terms of how I've measured things or not measured things, how I've even cut the blooming thing. So there's a lot to be said on that one. So the next project bag I made is this one. So this was using the template from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. About a year ago, she had filmed and released a tutorial on how she makes these types of project bags, and this is the bag. So I very much made sure that I measured as much as I could and triple checked the measurements and everything, and it worked reasonably well. I still needed to be somewhat creative with adding some extra fabric, and that's probably where I got myself a bit confused. And there's also something a bit special with how my brain works, and I know I'm not the only one, where I'll follow the instructions so far, and when I get to a particular point, my confidence will be quite high. So I'll be like, okay, I think I've got this. I don't think I need to follow the instructions as closely anymore. I'm going to wing it from here because I think I know how I can finish this up. And then I'll get stuck. And it took me longer than I expected to actually get this done because it is lined. So hang on. So what I do with the microphone is I have the ability to tap it to mute it. So I've got the zip very close to the microphone. So this is how it's lined. And what got me unstuck for a bit there was how I then joined the lining with the outside piece to attach it to the zipper. It meant a bit of a late night, and one of the phrases that I had to keep saying to myself was just trust the process. Just trust the process and it'll work out fine. So I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I did break a needle, and I think that's a lot to do with how I did my measurements. So I've learned from that as well, and I'll be able to carry that into the next bag I go to make. Hang on. So the other thing that I learned, and it's one of those things for why I was feeling grumpy about measuring so many times and still not quite getting it right. You may not see it quite well, but it's just near the zipper where some of the fabric hasn't quite been properly captured as part of the sewing process. And that's where I was getting really annoyed, going, damn it, I had measured things properly. I had tried my best to do well with my seams and everything, and I just didn't quite capture it. So this is where I'm thankful that I have where I'm going to be keeping that bag, because the other importance, like aside from doing bags with different themes on it, the aim of these types of bags for me is to, and I think I might have mentioned this in my previous Flosstube episode as well, was since this is a teddy bear themed bag, it's going to have all of my teddy bear themed kits and projects and paper-based patterns and that kind of thing. So it's the same with that horse one that I was showing before as well. So that's pretty much it with the sewing. So I do want to mention that I've got some plans. So the plans that I've got going into the next couple of weeks is definitely to try and get a bit more cross stitch done, because I do need to just redirect my energy again, because I'm the kind of person where if I get onto something new, where it's new and exciting, I want to do it. I've got the energy to just keep doing it. So that's the sort of thing for the project bags. So I do want to create a project bag. Actually, it might be, yes, it's with these three pieces of fabric. So it's with these the Labradors. Then it's got a variety of dogs for here, and then we've got this like tie-dye type of yellow fabric, and then the zipper. So this will probably be a project bag a similar design to the teddy bear one, and so this will hold the majority of my dog themed projects, kits, all the rest. If I've got enough fabric left over from this, I want to incorporate it into another project bag using these two fabrics here. So that's those particular plans. And then also try and get a bit of stitching done on at least one model piece that I've started stitching on. So that's those plans. And I did mention something a little bit about haul. Okay, so this is related to sewing machines, that kind of thing, where my current sewing machine, it has a battery powered bobbin winder, and it the part where I put my battery in, a part of that has deteriorated, so I can put as many charged batteries or swap out as many charged batteries as I want for that spot, but it's never going to properly connect and work because a part of that space where the battery goes is deteriorated, and I could use some aluminium foil or some kind of conductor that could help and provide that, fill in that space, but also help with providing the charge. And I thought that's just going to be too much effort. So what I've done is I've bought this little box. I'm just going to pause the microphone for a moment because it's going to take a little bit for me to open this up. Okay, so that didn't take as long as what I thought. So the idea here is that I'll be able to put, say, one of my little bobbin things here. I then can put like the spool here, and then press the red button that's here, and it'll then, with the power of 2 batteries, it'll quickly wind the bobbin for me, and I love it. I really, really love it. Hang on. Okay, so this is, I guess, the cover of the instruction booklet, and that sort of shows how it could potentially work. And I love the battery powered bobbin winder because with a previous sewing machine of my mum's that I used, it was electric powered, and it saves a whole heap of time. And prior to me purchasing this, and I do want to note that I'm not being paid to endorse this or anything like that. This is just something that I've bought, and I'm raving about it because I have been manually winding on thread onto to the bobbin, and with the way my fingernails are, they are a little bit long, and they get in the way of holding the little bobbin and then winding the fabric on. So I'm sure the novelty will wear off for the little box, but I've just been appreciating this particular tool. Okay, so I also just bought some extra needles that I needed for the sewing machine, because I broke one when I was sewing the last zipper that I used. So I guess we're now getting on to giveaways. Okay, so I am feeling a little bit nervous about this, I must admit, because I admire people who do regular giveaways on their channel just as part of their generous nature, what they do, and how they want to say thank you to the viewers and all the rest. And I guess my nervousness with this is to make sure that I still get things out on time and do what I say that I'm going to do, like the integrity side of things. So with the giveaways, what I was mulling about, and I just need a drink. So with these giveaways, these are not connected to hot cross stitching in any way. These are just some patterns that I've had in my stash that I'm never going to stitch, and I had the best of intentions when I had purchased them and that, but other things came along and I forgot about them or fell out of love with them. So before I share those, what the giveaways are and how you can win them and all the fun stuff, I do want to let you know that into the future there will be, giveaways associated with hot cross stitching. So I feel like I need to get some more of my pattern base built up and have a little bit more of a variety there. Variety in terms of patterns in general, but also a variety in terms of the full coverage and the more simpler kind of patterns, or the non-full coverage ones, just so that way it's got that little bit of a balance for people's interests and that kind of thing. So into the future, what my aim is, when we get to 500 subscribers, for example, I'll do a giveaway there, which could be associated with the photographs that the patterns are based upon. So it could be, and this is also subject to change over time as well in terms of how things work and what's feasible or not. So the actual photos that the projects or patterns are based upon, because I own the copyright to those, and then there could also be like a giveaway associated with the patterns as well, whether it be in PDF or physical pattern format. Then when we hit 1,000 subscribers, the really special thing I want to do there is to do a giveaway to say, hey, we reached a milestone, but also to do the hang on. So I'm having things come up on my screen, and I think it's more to do with the project bag that's been resting on the keyboard more than anything. So what I'm wanting to do when we get to 1,000 subscribers is to kit up a pattern for someone. So depending on how the giveaway works, the idea would be for people to use, say, a keyword or key phrase, and then with the random comment picker, that particular person who may win, I'll be able to liaise with them to figure out what fabric they want, and figure out about flosses and everything in between, and pretty well just go from there. And there will be something special to do with the packaging of that kit. There may be a couple of extra surprises for that particular winner, but that may also be reserved for the hot cross stitching anniversary. So I think it might be, gosh, I think the website went live last year around the 25th or 26th of January. Since then, the website's had some improvements and upgrades and adjustments to try and make it a bit more user friendly, especially from a mobile phone device. So it may be closer to August when we do that kind of anniversary. So you never know, if we're lucky enough, we might have 1,000 subscribers by August. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so let's get into this giveaway because I have stretched this out long enough. So the first giveaway is a free DMC chart, and you'll see exactly as it is. So this has actually been folded up in my own storage thing. So if you don't like that it's being folded up or anything like that, then that's your choice to not say that you want it. So with this particular free chart, I had picked it up from, I think it was Spotlight or somewhere like that. And if you want to stitch this particular pattern, then I need you to use the word C in the comment, as in SEA. So if you want to stitch under the C, use the word SEA or letters SEA. Okay. So the next giveaway item is a kit, and I do want to disclose that yes, the side of this kit for the packaging is open, but nothing has been taken out of this particular kit. So this is called Tobin Baby, and this is where it's been opened up. It is due to the way that the packaging had been, and it's just due to the age of this particular kit and how I had it stored. So it's just come apart like that. It has not been an intentional damage or anything like that. So that's the kit there. You can see that it does have the needle somewhere in there. So it's called Tobin Baby, or that's what I'm saying up here, but on the back here it's Tobin Home Crafts, and it's called Angel with Baby Sampler. So if you want to stitch this one, sorry, I'm a little bit out of order with these things. So if you're wanting to stitch this particular one, the keyword is, or keywords, is angel baby. So use, and I'll put the keywords in the up on the screen as well. Okay, so the next one that I have here, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be pronouncing this one very well at all. So this is a Christmas Santa one, and if I'm understanding correctly, this, I'm not sure if it's called Set de Brodat, and it's a Luca S kit. If you want, and it's got anchor threads and everything in it. It's also got Zweigart fabric in it, and it looks like this type of fabric has actually got some grids on it as well. So if you want to stitch this kit, the keyword is Santa. Okay, so the next giveaway that I have is a dimensions kit, and this one is called Oriental Butterfly. And so I've had this one in my stash for, it's probably one of the first kits that I bought at the Quilt and Craft Fair that came to Canberra. And so if you want to stitch this one, use the keyword butterfly. Okay, so the next kit that I have for the giveaway is an Nfk Cross Stitch Kit. This one, I've never stitched this particular brand before, but this is what it looks like on the back. It's got instructions and some pictures and such of how to do some things. So I think it's called Needle Kung Fu in terms of the brand, and I think it's called Sea View Outside the Window. So if you want to stitch this particular kit, use the keyword lighthouse. This is a lighthouse just here. Okay. So this is another free chart that I picked up at Spotlight or something similar to that. And it's something that I've had in my stash for a while, so it does have like some bends and folds in it and such. So this is a DMC chart, and it's called ABC Noah's Ark. And the keyword that I would like people to use for this one is Ark, as in A for apple, R for red, K for Kristen. So we need the word arc for the keyword if you want to stitch this one. Okay, lucky last. So actually, no, not lucky last. We have another 3 patterns. So the next one is a dimensions pattern, and it is called Playful Kittens. So let's go back there. So if you want to stitch Playful Kittens, please use the keyword called playful. Okay, so the next chart that I have to give away is called Butterfly Fairy, and this one is a custom crafts chart, and it's designed by Diane Allaire. And my apologies for this looking blurry. So the cover, it's actually probably looking a lot sharper through the camera at the moment, but the actual cover photo on this chart does look blurry as well. So it's due to the way it's been printed rather than the way that I'm holding this up on the screen or anything along those lines. So this is a booklet kind of chart, and if you want to stitch this one, I need you to use the keyword called fairy, as in Fairy. Okay, now this is the last pattern, last chart to share with all of you for the giveaway. So this is Cross My Heart chart, and this is, what is it? It's called Dragon Fair. So you can see some of the patterns there, and then we've also got these are the other dragon patterns that are in charted in this book thing. So if you're wanting to stitch this, I need you to use the keyword dragon. Okay, so that's it for the giveaway. So it's the usual spiel of you need to be over the age of 18 or 18 or over, sorry, so that you can legally provide me with your email, like a mailing address, all those kinds of details if you are the chosen winner for any of the patterns there, charts, kits, whatever you want to call them. Also don't mention anything about free giveaway or anything like that, because I would love for this for any of these kits and charts to go to a subscriber. So I also need you to be sure that you have subscribed to this channel and that you genuinely want to hear about my cross stitch journey and all the rest, and that you're not just wanting to jump on board because I'm doing a giveaway, because with this particular giveaway it's something that I'm just really wanting to say thank you to everyone who has been with me on this journey so far and wants to continue into the future with me as well. So that's just a bit of the admin I need to be firm with for the giveaway and that kind of thing. So we've pretty well come to the end of this episode. So I just want to say thank you so much for all of you who have stuck with me so far, and so far with this particular episode, and some of the ramblings that have happened for previous episodes as well. And I'm sure there will be ramblings into the future as well, plus a bit of nose rubbing as well. You never know. So if I don't mind, I swear I've got things hiding all over the place. So I was just trying to figure out, there's my mouse, because it's been hiding, because I need my mouse to turn things off and on. So I just want to say thank you all so much, and I will catch you all later. Happy stitching, everyone.